Okay, 17. Okay, we're going to distribute. Negative 2 times x is going to be negative 2x. Negative 2 times negative 2 is going to be positive 2. Okay, and then we're going to subtract this 2. Okay, we're going from point slope to slope intercept. Okay, before we start on the next one, I want to tell you if you need a calculator that has this fraction button, and I have some, but I don't think I have enough for everyone, probably in my first and second period. There's a green Desmos scientific calculator app that has the fraction button on there. If we look at 19, you're going to have to multiply some fractions, okay? It's not as crazy as it looks because you got a calculator, okay? So our first step is going to be to distribute. So I got y minus 5 equals negative 7/3 x. Okay, and now we're going to say negative 7/3 x times 3. Okay, and I'm going to do it on the calculator and I'll show you. So you're going to hit negative, the fraction button, okay? And then we're going to type in 7, down arrow, 3, hit the over, and you're going to say times 3. Okay, and I got negative 7. Okay, and sometimes you'll get a whole number here, and sometimes you might get something crazy. Okay, hopefully you get a whole number, obviously, but sometimes I would imagine that you're going to get something crazy, okay? And then now our last step is to add 5 to both sides. Okay, and we've talked about this before, but why is this a fraction? What is this? Okay? And that is our slope, okay? We need that rise over run, so it makes sense that that's a fraction. Okay, we got 3 problems left. Okay, 21, we're gonna go from point slope to slope intercept. Okay, so I got y plus 4 equals negative 3x, and then negative 3 times negative 1 is going to be positive 3. And then we're going to say minus 4. Minus 4. So I got y equals negative 3x minus 1. Okay, the last 2 sheets, or the last 2, or I guess 4, 2 problems for me, 2 problems for you, are the hardest ones. They take the most practice, and you need to practice because when you do your test, they're going to be worth the most points. Okay, we're going to do it again tomorrow and spend more time tomorrow on it. But the reason it's worth the most and it takes the most work is because it uses all 3 formulas. Okay, so write the slope-intercept form. So slope-intercept form looks like this. Okay, that's what we need our answer to look like. We need our answer to say y equals just like this one, okay? Well, now let's look at what they gave us. Well, they gave us 2 sets of points. So x1, y1, x2, y2. Okay, well, there's only one formula that uses those x values, and it is our slope formula. Okay, and on these ones, you're going to do them in this order. Okay, so your first step would be the m, okay, which is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Okay. And this is our slope. Okay, well, it's going to be negative 5 minus 4 over 4 minus negative 5. I think that's going to be a 1 or a negative 1. Negative 1. Okay, so our negative 1, this is our slope. This is our m. Okay. Now let's look at, okay, well, I have an m now, and I have an x1 and a y1 and an x2 and a y2. So the only formula that I can use would be my point slope formula. Which goes like this, y minus y1 equals mx minus x1. Okay, so, and we talked about this earlier. You can go from slope to point slope, and then eventually step 3 would be our slope intercept. Okay, which is this y equals mx plus b. So for this, we got y minus, my y1 is 4, my slope is -1, x minus -5. Okay, and these ones kind of get a little tricky. What's a minus minus? When they're right next to each other, that really means a plus. Okay, so -1 times x is -1x. -1 times 5 is -5. Okay, and this looks like what we were just doing the problem ahead, okay? And then we're gonna say plus 4, plus 4. So I got y equals -1x minus 1. Okay, so there's really kind of a lot of stuff on here. I mean, I don't want to say, but like this part, this is all just formula stuff. This is just formula stuff. And this part is just formula stuff. So there's not too much math. On the next one, I'm not going to write down all the formula stuff, but just know that you always go in these orders: slope to point, slope to slope intercept. Okay? So you can't do slope intercept without a slope. You can't do point slope without a slope. And so you got to go in that order. Okay? And I want to show you because a lot of these, it's not this crazy much work. This one I did piece by piece, super slow. Okay, so this one I got, and I'm still going to label. Okay, so it's going to be -5 minus -2 over 0 minus -3. I got to do, that's going to be plus, I mean -3 over 3 should be -1. Be -1, and I got y minus y1 is -2 equals -1, x minus 3. Okay, and minus minus here again is going to be a plus. Okay, and so -1 times x is -1x. -1 times -3 is +3. Okay, and then we're going to say -2 minus 2. Okay, so it's really not that much work. The one above looks crazier. The more that you do it, the better off you're going to be. And it's really just formula by formula, step by step, okay? So you guys are going to go through. You have 13 of them to do. I would probably start on the front of your worksheets. Okay, and then work your way to the back and then put them in the box back there. And I will talk to you guys later.